Hey Radiant Souls, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new here, my name's Heather Mays. I am an author, artist, intuitive counselor, energy healer, and an animal communicator, and I like to bring through channeled messages on occasion when I get them from my team of guides, and today I have one to share with you for whoever needs to hear it. So today's message is for any of us who feel a little overwhelmed. Maybe we've got a little too much on our plate. Maybe one day runs into the next, into the next, into the next, and we get to the end of the week and we're like, crap, I didn't get anything done. So I think this is what was trying to come through in the message today, and I've got some notes I'm going to refer to here, but I may spout some stuff off as well as it comes in. So for those who are feeling overwhelmed, consider each new day as a road trip. One day as one road trip. And the first thing about that was to be grateful for the adventure, which, we know, easier said than done when you're feeling under pressure and you've got a lot on your plate. But their guidance was to plan each day out as one single day, not the entire trip. Like if you're driving across country, there's the bigger trip there that we all know we have the bigger plans, the things, the extended forecast, if you will, for what we want to accomplish, but just to focus on that one day of driving, even though this is a metaphor. So planning your one day out, because we can't always know what's around the bend. So if you were planning an actual road trip, what kinds of things would you be considering? What would you need to know before you got started? And you'd need to know that your car had enough gas. You'd need to know that your tires were balanced, that the engine was in good running order, and that the brakes were operating effectively. So for yourself, at the beginning of every day, if you're considering your day as a road trip and whatever you're doing throughout the day is that journey, that travel, you'd need to consider those same things about yourself at the beginning of the day. So how will you fuel and replenish yourself? What kinds of nourishment are you going to have for the day? Are you going to go for the cheap fix and maybe deplete yourself energetically, or are you going to eat in a healthful manner, whatever that is for you? Everybody has their own version of that, and stay hydrated and all of that stuff. And what are the consequences if you don't? If you run out of gas, yes, you can get, somebody to bring you gas. You can call AAA or whatever it is. You can hitchhike to get the gas. I wouldn't personally recommend that, but whatever. Some people do, and it's fine. So considering at the start of your day how you're going to manage your own internal chemistry and your energy based on what you're putting into your body, they're saying go ahead and think of that at the beginning of the day. It's not necessarily meal planning. That's just kind of having a goal in mind. So how will you balance your time so that you don't feel run down? We were looking at, in our car example of a real road trip, we balance our tires. When we're applying that metaphor to ourselves, how do we balance ourselves? How do we stop from doing too much of one thing and then we don't have enough energy to do the other? We've all been there. We know what that is, but just kind of thinking that through at the beginning of your day to get yourself a game plan is helpful. How will you optimize your emotions so that you're converting what you experience into positive thoughts and emotions that benefit you? So this was their comparison to, I think, which one did this go with? The engine being in good running order. So how are you going to cope with what comes your way? We all get surprises every day. Things pop up, things go wonky, things go wrong or right. Either way, it can surprise us and tug at us and pull us off balance. So what are you doing to process all of that for yourself in the moment so you don't have this lag time of things kind of waiting around for you to process at the end of the day? Because I think some of us do that too. We do this little download at the end of the day, but then we try to categorize a lot of things in the negative column. So if you're running effectively high octane kind of whatever, then you can process what comes your way and effectively kind of manage it, tuck it away, assign, if you want, a positive emotion and a thought to it, and realize, hey, that's a lesson I learned, good on me, move on to the next, but do it in a way that's efficient for you. And then how will you pull yourself back and slow down when you feel that you're going too fast or running too hot? So that's the comparison to keeping your brakes in check. So we've had those moments too, so many of us, where maybe because the things piled up on us, or because we didn't fuel ourselves effectively, or because we got the weird surprises that came out of left field, now we're a little irate, we're a little angry, we're a little frustrated, we're a little huffy. What do you do to pull yourself back and slow yourself down from that? So having all of that in mind at the beginning of your day and kind of visualizing that is what the guides were suggesting today, which I think is kind of a nice exercise. It doesn't mean you have to sit there and map it all out for 30 minutes every morning, but just kind of in your mind say, okay, here's the general lay of the land for my day. How can I best take care of myself as I navigate through it? So they're also saying, ask yourself when you wake, where do I want to be at the end of the day? So that's like on our road trip example, picking a point on the map and saying, I want to be, 400 miles down the road from now. So while when you're asking it of yourself about your day, it's not necessarily going to be a physical place. It's more of where do you want to be mentally and emotionally at the end of the day? And then you set your mind map to that location and map out the route to get there. So if you want to end your day in contentment, you would look at those spots along the road of your day where you can breathe deeply, where you didn't feel rushed, where you allowed one moment to expand gracefully into the next, and where you honored each of your choices knowing that you did your best. That's the route to get you to contentment at the end of the day. If you want to end your day in gratitude, then the scenery you look for throughout your day would be very specific to that. Things you would appreciate, things that you would honor and acknowledge. You would recognize others as your teachers and helpers in this life rather than your adversaries. And that's how you map your way out to gratitude at the end of the day. So that's pretty much it. They're just saying start with the destination in mind and plan your day rather than kind of teetering through it and feeling lost, bewildered, and depleted when you reach the end of the day. So just a little fun exercise to try on if you want. If not, no big deal. Nobody's keeping score. I'm not going to know if you tried it or not. But, if you think it would be helpful, drop a note. Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And I hope you're having an amazing day. I'll see you next time. Bye.